for me, like I in 10th itself, I made my mind that I would be choosing law as my career. So I planned, like I looked at the syllabus and I thought, okay, the syllabus is not very challenging, because considering the type of questions it was, like earlier it had, so it was kind of memory based examination, that there were 50 questions of GK, and the reasoning and mathematics part was also like the formula based questions, which were very simple to solve. So I thought, okay, it would be easy for me to get hold of it. And like English also had a very good portion of vocabulary and foreign phrases, where it was all memory based things. So first of all, I planned my preparation accordingly. And when I started my preparation, I joined the coaching in Bhopal itself. So I planned my preparation in a way that I would be focusing on mathematics, English, legal in my first year, because GK would be totally different in the year I would be appearing for. So I focused on static GK, like history, which I did from Lucid. So three subjects that were legal reasoning, and logical reasoning and mathematics. I focused on them, and I did English as well, but not there wasn't a very big portion of the reading comprehension. So I didn't do that much in my very first year, where I was preparing, like where I was when I was appearing for 11th. So I used to like do both. That I used to divide my times in a way that I would be starting 3 days for my 11th standard examination, and for 3 days I would be doing Clat preparation. So in that way, I had a very good hold on the subjects when I completed my 11th. But like when I entered 12th class, I thought, okay, I'm in a good position, because I was scoring good in my mocks. I was scoring 130 plus, because I used to revise GK. I didn't totally left that, okay, as it would be, I would be getting selection this year, so I shouldn't read any GK. But I used to do, just to say that, just for the sake that when I would be reading GK, I could, just because GK doesn't run in isolation. Events gradually take place, and you have to memorize all the facts. So I did, so that it can help me in a longer run, because if I would be starting the same totally new thing, so it would put a pressure, and I would take some time to acclimatize myself. So I did the same thing, and it helped. I was scoring good in my mocks. But suddenly December, when boards were approaching, and Clat suddenly shocked everyone with a new pattern, because it was totally different. I From memory based examination, it turned out to be a a comprehension based examination, where the majority portion was like you have to read a passage, understand it, and then apply logical things and get answer of it. So it was kind of, I was shocked, because my preparation, which I did, was like, I was thinking that it is totally vain and I have wasted a lot of my time, and I should focus on my boards now, instead of it would be difficult for me to now manage boards, Clat with my boards. But I thought, okay, worst that can happen is that I won't get a selection, but I should put my efforts, because I maintain that regularity with my 12th as well. So I didn't have a lot of things like a piled up for my 12th examination as well. I had completed most of the syllabus, and so I just thought, okay, I would be able to manage it if everything turns out to be good, because we didn't have a set in the earlier phase, we didn't have a reference paper to look for, because the client uploaded a little late. So the pandemic thing, I would say, was kind of advantageous for me, because I got some spare time to prepare, and I divided my preparation accordingly. So considering that a lot of things were reading comprehension based, so I changed my entire approach for preparation. First of all, I just figured out, okay, what would be the Clat asks in the examination. So they won't I used to prepare from one website that is called as GMAT Club Forum. So they have a lot of material on English and critical reasoning. So I planned accordingly. And one thing which I helped me a lot is that I used to make daily notes for GK. So I had a lot of material which I could refer, because earlier we used to have one-liners, but I used to make notes that were holistic on the topics. So that helped me a lot to prepare for the examination. So if considering the current pattern which we have, and I have to give some tips for the aspirants, I would say be regular in your preparation and plan your preparation accordingly. it won't happen in a way that you would be studying like for your boards, continue 1 month, and then you would take a break for from your board preparation, and you would start preparing for class. In like, if you are, first of all, this is a smart decision you should one should make, whether they would be able to manage the things or not. Because if you are seeing, okay, if you just see that one of your friend is preparing in the same way, so you should just go, because every person has different potential. So you should plan accordingly. I won't say that this is difficult or this is easy. It varies from person to person. Like, whatever Clat asks right now, you should be aware of those things, and you should have a good, like, you should know those things. Like, you should be good in English. Like, consider a person who is just like from Hindi medium, like one of like, there is one aspirant who is preparing for Clat, and I'm just taking his example, not like making a general perception, but just that example. So he faces difficulties while like comprehending the passages, and
There is a
some
clear
of the
bias.
questions in,
We can't deny that there is a clear bias for English students. That is, no Clat
yeah,
aspirant should come with a perspective that no Clat is equal or what. There is a bias and you have to overcome it. That is the point, that you have to overcome it. But don't come with a
yeah.
perspective that it is equal for Hindi medium also and English medium also. That is very
That is
important.
not at all equal. So one should make this decision very carefully. I won't say that if a person is studying from English medium, he would have exceptional hold on the subject. So based on that, you should make a decision, okay? And when you make the decision that, okay, I would be able to manage both the things, then divide your preparation accordingly. Like, first of all, get the previous year question papers, analyze the same, and see how you would be dividing the same. Because some people, they are very good in mathematics, so they have to work like considering considerable less amount of time they have to devote for maths preparation. And some people, they are not good with maths, but they are very good at English, so they would be requiring less preparation for the same. So divide, like, make a list of the same, and then plan a preparation accordingly, that for this month I would be doing this. And I would suggest that don't leave your like boards, like you would say that generally we have board examination in Feb and or March. So I would start my preparation in November or December, and then I would complete within 5 months. That won't happen, because first of all, you would have a lot of things to cover, and the additional thing that puts pressure is the anxiety, the pressure you have. The thing that is something which we generally neglect in the initial phases, that, okay, we have to do a work. That work is not that hard to complete, but just couple that thing with a lot of pressure you have, because you have to, like, that would be a time where you can't stop your preparation. Because if you stop your preparation, Clat preparation, for 1 or 2 months, you would, when you will come back to those things, it would be kind of a fresh start for you. So that would be really challenging, that because the exam would be just a month or two. You have to prepare everything again. So I would just suggest, don't leave those things, don't let things pile up, and plan accordingly, and be regular in your preparation. Perseverance is the key for any examination, I would say, not only for Clat, but just plan